Southeasterners like to get out into the country, and when a trip takes them overnight, one of the easiest places to stay is in a Forest Service cabin. There are nearly 150 of these public-use cabins spread throughout southeast Alaska in the Tongass National Forest. These rental cabins sleep between 4 and 6. Some are so popular they're reserved half a year ahead of time for virtually every day during the summer and into the fall deer hunting season. One of the most popular cabins in the Juneau area is on Turner Lake. One reason for the popularity of the West Turner cabin is its accessibility to Juneau. It's just 18 miles east of Juneau up Taku Inlet. Some take a boat there at high tide and then walk 8/10 of a mile to the cabin. Many, like Steve and Ann Kessler, make the quick trip by float plane.
We've been here before once, and I just think it's a spectacular place. I love these high rocks. There's so much rock here. The waterfalls, the beautiful green lake. It's just like a little hideaway, just tucked away, a little jewel to me. It's just really special.
Another part of this trip that's special is the Kesslers are bringing Matthew, their newly adopted 3-month-old baby. Both Steve and Ann have been active outdoors for years, and having a baby seemed no reason for them to change.
You know, the people at work were a little bit surprised because maybe they don't do this sort of thing, and they thought it was kind of ambitious. Our close friends, I don't think, were as surprised because they know we like to do the outdoors, and we're anxious to bring Matthew into that lifestyle with us. It's like a little railroad engineer.
The Kesslers realized taking a small infant would require some extra precautions, so they did extra planning and packing.
You have to do a lot of thinking ahead. You have to think of now, what are the possibilities? What are we going to need for him? This trip is just a couple-day trip, and it's or a 3-day trip, and it's really just sort of a test to find out, well, what are some problems we might get into, and what did we forget this time, and what more stuff do we need to bring next time?
Like other Forest Service cabins on lakes, this one has skiffs. There are also fish in the lake. So it's not long before the Kesslers are ready to give both a try.
I'll have to remember how this goes. Okay, this goes over.
What's this goes through the sleep?
No.
For an outdoor couple who are used to taking care of themselves, having to take care of a small child means a change in many ways, including the pace.
Last time we were able to go a little faster and get in and out, just kind of push off the boat a little faster, and now we're just a little more careful on how we handle ourselves, and got that life vest for him, so we have to make sure that he's all belted in there. So, but other than that, I think it was pretty similar to what we've done before. I wouldn't want to have him out in extreme conditions, or we can't really put on a raincoat on him yet, or rain cover. Real heavy rainfall would be kind of a problem, and cold would be a problem, trying to cover up his hands because he can't keep himself warm like we can as well because he's not really moving as much.
Man, look at the waterfall. It comes all the way from up there. It's fun to crawl up to the top there and see if there's a lake or something up there. Hey, Matt, you ready for it?
One of the attractions of Turner Lake is the fishing. There's cutthroat, dolly varden, and kokanee in the lake.
That'll make a beginning of a little bit of dinner. How many more do you want?
Oh, maybe 3 or 4.
Despite the attractions on the lake, the biggest attraction on this trip is Matt. For Steve, this outing is part of a larger picture.
Well, hopefully Matthew will continue to do the types of things, and like to continue to do the types of things that we like to do, come out in a wilderness type setting, and we have every intention of raising him that way. So hopefully this will be just the first of many trips that he'll be on with us. Okay, tie us up there.
Okay,
But, you know, he's a little fragile still, and we want to take good care of him. So I didn't go all the way up through. Ann went up and did the exploring for us, and then we would take turns, and then she would hold the baby, and I could go up. Well, this is sort of the test for us, and we haven't taken him camping yet. We've had him out in the boat. We've been out fishing in our skiff with him, and we've been out flying with him in a small airplane. He's been to Skagway twice already, and he's been on a tour of the Juneau ice field. He just seems to sleep through it all, though. He doesn't quite appreciate the way everybody else does yet.
There's time during this 3-day, 2-night trip for hikes for berries and hikes for fishing. It's less than a mile from the West Turner cabin on the lake to the river on the flats, where it flows into KTOO Inlet.
It's fun, yeah. It's a lot of fun. I don't won't necessarily keep any of these fish, but catching a few of them just makes the whole trip more exciting.
Even if the fishing is exciting, Matt's needs are an important consideration in what, when, and how fast other things happen. And that's certainly true at supper time at the cabin.
One of the things we had to think about in coming here was the fact that we wouldn't have all the conveniences of home. So we did do a little bit extra preparation so that boiling water and making the formula was not such a problem. Yeah, I think we should make up all the bottles, even the ones that we don't fill up.
Oh, well, Matthew's a few months old, and he certainly is ready to be taken out into the wilderness. I don't know about into the wilderness. We wouldn't be ready to camp with him out in the rain in a tent right now. But as far as staying in a cabin and in a relatively not so primitive type place that we are here, he's pretty easy to take care of.
He likes to stay up pretty much at night, and we probably won't go to bed much earlier than usual because it seems like if he could stay up a little later, then he might be able to sleep through the night, and we all like that. So our evening will be pretty quiet. I guess my inspiration comes from people who lived in older days when we didn't have electricity, and our grandparents grew up and our great-grandparents, and they did just fine. And so to me it's like just doing it with less convenience, but it's still really worth it. So I would encourage anybody to come out and do this. It's a lot of fun. This isn't the most difficult thing we've done by any means, but it'll still be a really nice memory of our first outing as a family with a child. It'll be something we'll really treasure a long time.
Thanks for joining us on another adventure in rain country that concludes this time here at beautiful Turner Lake. We'll be back again next week at the same time and continue our travels to another scenic southeast location, and you're invited to join us then. We leave you this time where the fresh water of Turner Lake flows into the grassy marshes and eventually into the salt water of KTOO Inlet. I'm Scott Foster. Have a good day.